Oh yeah. Welcome. Welcome to Famous Cartoonist Says Things in the Morning. I am back. I said I needed to catch up on deadlines, which I didn't finish them, but my deadlines are, I did the math. I times the day, times the pages, times the projects, and I have to do 3 pages a day to finish Archimaniacs by in the next week and a half. I think I can do it. I have been doing it for the last 4 days. I have 1 more page of ink today, and then I got to color all 3 for today. But I needed another cup of coffee, so I thought to myself, self, why don't you have a cup of coffee and talk to people? So that's why I'm here right now with my Oh Yeah Comics mug, my Oh Yeah Comics hat, and my Famous Cartoonist face. I'm going to take a swig. I'm doing pretty good with the work. Over the weekend, I had multiple all-nighters. Last week, I had 3 Tuesdays. Wednesday disappeared. Started working Thursday, Friday. And I was on an interview on Friday. You guys might have saw me. I was with Diamond Comics, Diamond Distributors on Friday. That was a real cool interview. And then my friends podcasted at night. But after my Diamond interview, I had to go to sleep because I was already up for way too long. And I had to go to sleep. Yesterday I was up for like 21 hours before I had to go to bed. So my hours have been really goofy like that with me. But I'm catching up on my stuff, and I really want to finish. I really want to finish all of this craziness, you know what I mean? And that's important. But I don't want the famous cartoonist to lose his mind either. So I've been getting gray, I've been getting sore, I've been getting my mind's still here, but I'm just my mind's here with, all my thoughts are mine. But I still see my family every day, and we barbecued yesterday, and we had a good time, and I intentionally took the day off to sit with them and just eat some food. I had a hot dog and a hamburger. I didn't eat much because when you stay up all night, your body starts shutting down. Your brain starts getting weird, and you get I don't know how to explain it, but it's, I guess, I don't know what I'm saying, so I'm gonna take a swig. But I've been up for a little bit today. I've been working since about 4 a.m. and I was drawing the Joker. I got 1 more Joker page to draw right here. So, hear it? Let me see what you guys are saying. But first, I want to thank you for joining me, because this was unplanned and impromptu, and I didn't know if I was going to do this, but I wanted to, and that's why I'm here. Mark Van Slyke is here. Good morning. Hope you are well. I am well. Last week was a challenge. We were worried. Well, the whole nation's worried. Everyone's worried, and I'm glad things calmed down, and the people. I don't want to say the people, the problems that were happening have calmed down, and there's no longer a threat that's coming closer to my house. I don't no longer see fires from my house and all that stuff, so I'm happy with that. My kids are safe at home, and that was key. You know, not everyone was in my house during those last weekend and last week, and it was a bit weird. Sweet. But I believe in a good cause. I'm a believer of freedom of speech and protesting what you believe is right. But don't do it at the expense of hurting others. Hurting others is the part that I don't agree with. But get your point across, change the law, do all these things. It's great. It's a good thing. But let's see what you guys are saying. Adam's here. Oh yeah. Mark Van Slyke is here. Oh yeah. Jennifer. Oh, that must be Garrett. Yeah, man. Thanks for the poster. Oh, happy birthday, Garrett. I'm glad you enjoyed the poster. My cousin Richie's here. Good day, sir. Good day. Swig for Richie. Like this? I got the mug, the matching hat. I got patches on my website. You could buy these patches. And I put the patches on these hats. I glued them on real good. Ironed them real hard. Added some glue, and then they stuck. They stayed. Let's see. Garrett wants to know if I have read DC's Kingdom Come. Yeah, I read it. I'm friends with both guys who made that, Mark Waid and Alex Ross. I know both of those gentlemen, and they were at our store a few years ago. It was like the 20th or 30th anniversary of Kingdom Come, and they were at our store signing, and we had a line out the door of the store and around the block, and it was incredible. And I remember that day, and it was fantastic, and I'm really proud to call both of those guys my friends. I know they're my friends because I can send them an email about anything and they'll respond, or a phone number or a text. You know, it's kind of cool. Brian's here, my cousin. Good morning, cuz. Richie and Chris. Chris misses me. Yeah, man. We do have to get together. He's resting now. Oh, he must have been up all night. Yeah, he was up all night making characters. Yeah, man. The up all night stuff is fun to do, but it hurts when you don't know what day it is happening. Like I don't have weekends anymore. I had one day off, but because I had to sleep that day. But I'll go to bed like in the afternoon and then sleep and then wake up and it feels like the next day. But I wake up and it's still dark out. It's so weird. It's like everything's all flipped around for me. But I think I might be trying to get back to normal this week. I've been up, like I said, since about 4. Saw the wife go to work. I had breakfast, had coffee. My Speedy Gonzalez mug is when I had my first mug. So this is the second mug. It's a nice one. You can buy it on threadless.com, by the way. Oh, he's plugging. Take a swig. And it feels good. And Brian said, yeah, man, that's cool. You're a good man, Brian. And Richie loves the hat and mug. Yeah, man, gotta represent. I gotta do my thing. And I've been drawing all the time. I drew a whole bunch of cool new characters in my sketchbook, some superheroes. And I have plans after all my deadlines that are killing me. Not killing me, just they're rearranging me. I think I might be getting superpowers because of this. Because of what's happening around me. It's causing me to act a different way. Not act, I don't know. To be a different guy. But I'm in self-quarantine. I'm doing my own thing because I have to get things done. But after this, hopefully, I kept saying I want to finish by June 1st. And now I know June 1st has come and gone already. But I should be doing pretty good now at finishing these deadlines. And I just handed in a cover today for a new book, which is kind of cool. So my work hasn't stopped. But I have plans to do more stuff. And I was just writing in my book. Like I was just drawing some stuff. I'm going to show you what I wrote. You probably can't read it, though. Here's what I did outside yesterday. I did all these notes. There's some superheroes. There's some characters that I drew that they're nobody. They're nothing. That's just the way my brain was going. And here's the little purple turtle right here. There's the purple turtle named Bix. There he is. He's a little different than Sherbert because he has feet. He has feet in here, and it's cool. And I've been writing a lot of things and drawing a lot of writing a lot of superhero stories, and which is really cool. And here's some characters I have that are going to be in my next Gilbert book. Some characters. Here's the original sketch I made of these guys, but I don't know their names. He's a shark guy, and this is the other guy's a seaweed guy, but I don't know their names yet. But the designs look a little different than these, but these are the original. And I drew these at a drink and draw with my friends. We sit there at the tiki bar. See, I just doodle stuff like this. Just draw a bunch of stuff. Create new superheroes. There's the Joker and some Penguin and stuff. These are the movie guys. I think that's movie Penguin and Joker with the mustache. So I just draw all the stuff. And when we went to, this was already a little while, but we go to the drink and draws at the tiki bar, and I end up drawing a bunch of stuff and giving away drawings to the staff, you know. And so here's a scarecrow I drew. It's just stuff real loose. I like to draw with real thick, heavy graphite pencil on paper, real big. I bring a giant clipboard. But I was looking for these drawings of the shark guy. That's why I had them handy, because I was drawing them again. I think his name's going to be, so far it's Chucky Sharkles. But I'm not sure. That sounds like a mafia name. But I want to think of a name that sounds like shark. Like, first I want to call him Bruce, but I can't call him Bruce because the shark in Nemo was called Bruce. So I think I'm going to call this guy, like, I wanted to call him Sharkwoman, Sharkwoman, or Sharkwadan. I don't know yet. I don't know if he's going to be a pun or just give him his name. Maybe named Bob. Yeah, man. Oh, D Brad's here. Yeah, I miss seeing you too, man. Facebook. Yeah, I got a little backed up on my work, so I couldn't do all these things, and my concentration was put towards getting my work done. But now I caught up, and I kind of, not caught up, but I'm on schedule. I can do 3 pages a day, and I already did 2, and I got 1 left. So probably in a few hours, I'm going to upload 3 finished pages for DC Comics and another Gilbert, some more Gilbert stuff. So that's why I was able to do a live one today. I took a break, and I was like, I'm going to put my tie on. I'm going to brew some coffee. Yeah. And then it was Bix the Turtle. Yeah, you saw Bix the Purple Turtle. He's going to be in it. And I decided, wasn't sure what the story for Gilbert number 4 was going to be. I know it's going to be these bad guys who want the orange turtle, but they need to discover the purple turtle, who's more rare than the orange one. So I'm not sure what they're going to be. I got to figure out the story still. But Bix, the purple turtle, is going to be a baby. He's going to be little. So you're going to see the egg, his eggshell, and he's going to be small. Where Sherbert's this big, well, Bix will be that big. And he doesn't have the flippers like Sherbert does. He actually has feet. Like he's a tortoise. He's different. He's not. He's more like a land turtle. So he's different from the rest. So which is kind of cool. But I'm working out the details of the characters, and then that'll eventually come up with a story. With Gilbert, that's kind of how it goes with me. I draw Gilbert, and I know what the characters are going to do, but the overall story is what comes last for Gilbert. It's weird. But with my superheroes, I know the story first. And with Drew and Jot, I know what's going to happen in the book. I know the story as well. So it's weird. Different times, different characters I know the story, and others that I don't. So But that's what makes it fun. That's what carrying a sketchbook around. And we had barbecue outside yesterday, and we lit up the fire pit and stuff, and Sonny was burning stuff, and I just sitting because I'm like zoning out because I've been awake for 21 hours and I'm just zoning out. But I started sketching, and I got come up with some weird ideas. Well, I want to show you another guy. I got superhero ideas. When I zone out and clear my mind, I get ideas for oh yeah, here he is. I get ideas for superheroes and stuff that I don't have deadlines for. This guy's name is the Tasmanian Tiger. See, he's kind of like a Black Panther type of character, but he has powers of a Tasmanian tiger, but he wears a suit. But he has natural claws and his feet are larger. He's almost like and he has a tail, but he wears a mask. So his face looks like the tiger with that nose and stuff, but there's no mouth. Here's a better picture of him. He looks somewhere like that. But he's going to fight. I think he's going to fight the lynx. And I have another guy called Beastly who's going to fight the lynx. I don't know if I have a picture of him in here. But I have a lot of, I've been coming up with a lot of cool ideas and stuff, which is fun. And I got some cool ideas for Drew and Jot number 3, which is they get turned into real toys. They get turned into action figures, and they get turned into Migos. And oh, he's a little bit out of reach. I was gonna reach, but if I reach, you can probably see under here. There's by that white cape right there. There's a Drew and Jot under construction. See the naked guy right there? One behind that. But if I reach, I'm gonna knock stuff over, and it's gonna look crazy. Maybe I'll get them ready. Maybe I'll get them ready next time, but I want to finish them first before I show you guys. Because it's weird, like, showing a custom figure that's not finished is weird. Because people don't know what it is. Take a swig. But I got one here. This guy's called the Jungle Chief. I made this guy for Migo Meat. I was going to sell him at my table like an exclusive figure because this is a character that Migo created only on cards. He was like a card in an action playset that you could put the card in the machine. I don't even know what it was from. It was from a vehicle or a playset. But he was supposed to be the bad guy of Tarzan. Here's Tarzan. And they fight. But he's got a Starbucks straw. But this is supposed to be his villain. But all they show in the card was his face. So I made up the body, what he would look like. But I think I'm going to add him to my Powers in Action superheroes. I think I'm going to just put him in there based on this design with the fuzzy collar and the boots and the loincloth and stuff. I think I'm going to do that. And then have him fight the lynx as well. Maybe throw him in the jungle or something. I think that would be pretty fun. Because I don't think there's no trademark of this guy, but if I make him, he could be my guy. But I don't know if I'm going to name him Jungle Chief. We'll see. Because that name sounds kind of weird. It sounds okay, but it's more of a description. Like, who is that guy? He's the Jungle Chief. He's the chief? I don't know. Let's see what you guys are saying. It's like, Garrett says this, they're some of my favorites. He had favorite comics. Deep Red says, I cannot draw tight. Loose is the only way to go. Yeah, I like drawing with the big graphite stick. The dark ink, or I could draw with a black crayon or something. I like drawing that because it feels free and open and loose. I don't draw too tight either. I'm a cartoonist. It's hard to focus on tiny things. Oh yeah, man. Let's see. Garrett says if the shark is a girl, you could call her Sharon the Shark. Yeah, that's a good idea. Or maybe the shark has a family. Right now the shark's a boy, but I didn't really write the story. I could still make the shark a girl. That'd be all right. D. Brad really enjoyed the interview with Previews on Friday. Yeah, that was really fun. I wasn't sure what to expect. But it was real cool. I thought they were going to give me more industry questions, which I'm glad they didn't. But it was weird because we prepped like 3 or 4 days before that. We did a camera test. It was real professional, so I really liked it. And then they sent me a script. They sent me a script with the questions they were going to ask me, but we didn't really stick to the script. I kind of went off script and did my own thing. And they listened, and it was real cool. It was a cool conversation. Because sometimes when you get interviewed, you answer a question, and then they just look at your paper and ask you another one. And I'm so glad it wasn't like that. They were real professional. They were good girls, yeah. And my family was watching too as I was doing it, because I think everybody was home. I forget how it went, but everybody was home, and they saw me get all dressed up. Like, oh, you got an interview, and I was looking forward to it. Swig for the working man. D. Brett said, thanks for sharing the sketchbook. Oh, you're welcome, sir. Wayne loves the hat. Thanks. Call me Mr. Clooney. Thank you, Wayne. And you guys are awesome, too. And all you guys who are supporting me on Patreon, including Wayne's one of the guys, I have all the posters ready to go. I have to mail them out. Actually, I have to go to I have them saved on, where's the disc? It's here somewhere. I don't know. I'll find it later when it's not weird. But I have the disc drive here. I have to take it to get them printed and mail it. But I haven't left the house for 6 weeks or whatever it is. But I'm going to go, I'm going to mail that stuff. So sit tight, my friends. Your packages of awesomeness will arrive momentarily, pretty soon. Swig for the working man. And see, are the Lynx villains animal related? Some of them, most of them, not all of them. So far, I think they are. In the first issue, we fought the snowshoe rabbit. Here's Lynx right here. Here's Lynx, and he fought in the first issue. He fought this guy, the snowshoe rabbit. See him jumping around? He fought that guy, and then, but he's part of the team, so the team's bad guys are all different. And then he fights a guy called the Beast. I'm looking. No, he don't fight. He just joins the team in this. He just with the team. But these guys are cool. These are infrared. That's infrared, and that's Moondigo. I'm gonna probably make Migos of these guys too, and I'm gonna make Migos of my Powers in Action guys, and I'm gonna probably put them on my website or eBay or sell them at shows or something. So that's gonna be happening. And I got some prototypes I'm working on, but I'm not satisfied with the heads yet. I got to get another head for the guy I'm working on. I'm working on Moon. I made this guy right here. I made him, but I don't like the way he looks so far of the toy that I'm making. And I'm working on a Suplex, but I need a costume. But Lynx will probably be another guy I do. And this guy too, Darkstorm, the bad guy. I'm gonna work on him too. I just need to find heads that look similar enough to them where I could paint them, and bodies that I could use that if the kids open them up and play with them, I don't want them to break. Because right now this guy, he's too delicate. Like this guy has he's more of a collector, adult collectible, because the fuzz could come off. I mean, he's shedding already, and the thing on his back is only tied up, and the body is kind of weak. So if the kids play with him, he's gonna break. So this is the prototype. So I gotta work on him and make him a little better, more sturdy, because I know kids are gonna want to play with him, and I'm gonna have to laminate his head real good, because his head's just painted, but it's slightly sticky. So I'm gonna have to put a sealer on it, and so. But this guy's ready to go. If kids had him, they could beat him up. They could throw him in the pool, and he'll survive. They might lose the knife, but this guy's made from parts. See, I got to make my figures from real parts. So that's going to be the tricky part, trying to make a figure from real parts which which I want them to be durable, and I don't want anyone to complain that they fell apart. It makes them sad. Not complain, but it makes people sad. It makes me sad. Know what I mean? Oh, D-Red, yeah, the Gilberts went out, man, about 2 weeks ago. You should be getting them. But I know the mail's all messed up now. The mail is all, I don't know what's going on with it, but it's real expensive to mail stuff now, which is weird. It's nuts. Anything overseas costs like 30, 40, 50 bucks just for a little package. Just for an envelope costs like $30. But I think postage is all delayed because of you can't get across borders of other countries because they got the blockade. It's like Star Wars. They got the blockade out there because they have to inspect the packages because of the virus and the pandemic and all that stuff. But you guys know all that. This is Swig for the working man. Yeah, Brad says the powers and actions collected in a trade. Yeah, the trade came out in January. I have the individual issues on my website. They're up there for sale. And I don't have the trades for sale. I only have a few. I got maybe 10 trades. I bought some, but I sold a lot of them at C2E2. But I have the individual issues on my website in case you don't get the trade. And the cool thing about the individual issues is the covers are not in the trade. I don't know why the covers were not included in the trade, but they're not in there. So at the end of every story, like you open it up and boom, there's a story. There's no cover. Usually the covers we use as chapter blocks, you know. But this one has it where it ends, and the next page it starts the next story. Like there's no chapter 2. Oh, you see this page, but then it's like boom right away. So I got chapter breaks with pinups, but there's no covers in there, which is fine. But it's gonna be fun. And I got volume 2 I'm working on. I wrote a lot of it already. It's all in my sketchbook. I just have to catch up on this stuff and get it out on paper to the masses. Swig for the working man. Yeah, man. Oh, cool. He's gonna buy it from his local shop. Yeah, man. They can order it. Yeah. I have T-Brad also has a Golden Age style Green Arrow figure. No cloth. Want to change it to Speedy. What kind of paint? I use acrylic paint that I paint with, that I painted this stuff with. But sometimes it could chip off, but you got to get sealer. I get this little bottle of sealer. I just go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby or something, and I just lacquer it. It's like a lacquer. They got shiny or dull. I think I got like a dull semi-gloss, so it makes his head a little shiny, but it seals up the paint real good. Especially if you're just gonna make a custom just to put on your shelf, it'll look real good. But if you're gonna try to play with it, you might get some chips. Because I know I would make custom figures and play with my kids with the figures, and then after a while I have to retouch their faces, but that's okay. They're toys. And D-Brad or Garrett says, I have some villain ideas for my comic. Dingbat, who is a weird and dumb bat creature. Oh, that sounds cool. Yeah, Dingbat. I don't know if I'd want to fight a guy named Dingbat. He's unpredictable. He can hurt you. He can hurt you in ways you don't expect. It's like going up against the Joker. Like any version of the Joker is crazy. Probably the least crazy is probably the Jack Nicholson one. Or maybe the other guy, Cesar Romero. But those last 2 Jokers, man. The last 3 in the movies. The last Joker was nuts. Heath Ledger was crazy. And even the guy went like this. That guy, he was crazy too. They're all evil, crazy. So you never know if you're going up against an insane villain. You don't know what to expect. Yeah, Brad has acrylic and sealer. it will just go. Yeah, that's the best way. If you're just gonna put it on your shelf, and sometimes acrylic, when you paint a figure, especially in the joints, in the parts that move, if you're gonna paint the whole guy, you gotta try to get it thin. If you go too thick, it starts to cake up in the corners, and then you can't bend his arms and legs. Well, usually I just paint the heads. If I paint the heads, then it works okay. And I only customize Mego figures. I don't customize regular figures. I just buy them. I have a whole bag of see, I have a bag of Star Wars guys here. But I got these just over the summer. Queen Amidala's in there. But I have I don't really paint these guys though. I just buy them and see what happens. Kiadi Undi, was that his name? And I got a Darth Maul variant looking guy. He's cool because he's got the metal legs and like training outfit and stuff. It's kind of fun. I got an Obi-Wan with some armor. He's like from Clone Wars. We've got a lightsaber too. But he's been in his bag a while, so his lightsaber's a little bent. But he's got the Clone War armor on his hands. See? On his arms. Stormtrooper gloves. It's kind of fun. That's a funny name. Yeah, that's cool. And oh yeah, Mario slinging tacos, man. Swig for the worker, man. Let's do it. Oh yeah, Mario's here. I love your drawings too, Mario. And I was listening to the last Oh Yeah podcast, and it was pretty funny. I couldn't get I woke up in the middle of the night and I started listening to it. Because when they recorded it, I was crashing hard. I had to go to sleep. But I woke up and listened to it, and it was funny. So your drawings are like a social commentary. They go along with the pod. There's Queen Amidala about to tell the council that Chancellor Valorum's no good. Sure, here she is. I was with my friends the last weekend or 2 weeks ago or so, and my one friend, we grew up together. We're teenagers in high school and stuff, and we're all big Star Wars fans. And my one friend never saw the prequels, and he was letting the internet tell him that they were bad. I'm like, no, man, you got to see them. They're so good. And he saw the new ones, the recent ones, the sequels. And I asked him if he liked those. And he said, yeah, he liked them. But I said, if you watch the prequels, you're going to enjoy the prequels more, knowing how the sequels, I think they were good enough, I guess. But the prequels, the story is so much more connected to Darth Vader and all of that. So hopefully he'll watch them. Because he said he heard they were awful. Like, no, they're not awful. If you think they're awful, then you're not going to enjoy them. But if you get in there and like them, they're going to be cool. I just noticed that this guy's lightsaber is real light blue. It's like real transparent. So I wonder if there's a story about this guy of why his lightsaber is different. And I didn't notice either, but his arms and legs bend. It's cool. He's got swivel. See, I bought these at King County Fairgrounds. And I just they were just in this bag, and I took them home, and I'm finally looking at them. I bought them like, maybe last summer. I don't know when it was. I got these other guys, too. I got these troopers. There's a Death Trooper, and or one of them's a Death Trooper, and one's the Shadow Trooper. One's a Death Trooper, one's a Shadow, so they're different. Pew. They're kind of cool. And I got the guys from the Jedi, too. I'm going to show them to you. They're real close. These are the guys from the new movie. This guy. I got these two guys. They're kind of fun. They're different. They look the same, but they're different. It's real hard to find these characters now in the stores. I forgot. I think I found them in a store, but I might have got some guys online. I don't remember. And I got this guy. He came in I think a 2-pack with one of these guys. I don't know. He might have came with the Shadow Trooper. So I have a lot of things. See what you guys are saying now. I wish I could get tacos from Mario. Yeah, Mario, sounds like Mario makes some good tacos. Some good tacos and some good cartoons. I like the glove commercial. I did see that. That made me laugh. And so Andrew Clark said, I moved to vote a vote of no confidence in Chancellor Valorum's leadership. Yeah, he's no good. I think Chancellor Valorum got the raw deal, though. I think he was doing just fine. They just didn't want him there, you know? He didn't let me believe anything that he was lacking. Plus, that's General Zod, you know? How can he not be a leader? Sweet. And we forget that that's Terrence Stamp in that role. See, D. Brad said, I had to replace my original 70 Star Wars figures lightsabers with toothpicks. Yeah, I did that too. I think I still have them. I should unveil, I should do a live unveiling of my Star Wars figures. Because I have, a few years ago, maybe 2 years ago, I'm setting up all my Star Wars stuff. And I found my old tub of action figures. And I was showing the kids, the old guys I played with when I was a kid. And they're all beat up and faded and paint's rubbed off. And the lightsabers are changed. I painted them up and stuff. I should do a live unveiling because I was going to make a video like where I save it and add music and edit it. But maybe I got a little table right here. Maybe I could just point the camera down and just open it up on a live stream. That might be cool too. The unveiling of action figures. And I haven't opened them up in a few years. And when I opened them up with the kids, it's like I'm nostalgic, but they know they're valuable. So they kept asking me, how much is this one worth? How much is this one? It's this. I think it's when I bought Yak Face. I finally got Yak Face to complete the collection of the original series. And when I bought Yak Face, I wanted to add him to it. And Yak Face is still on my shelf in the case. So I have him, and when I bought him, I wanted to add him to all of the rest of the figures. So I have all of the original figures from this original set of Star Wars. So that was cool. I finally completed it, and it only took me like 43 years to get all of them. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, my cousin Gene is here. Pew pew. Or shoot, pew 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 pew. And then D. Brad says hey to all the relatives. Wayne says Art, he has to shed to get rid of the winter coat for his summer coat. Yeah, I do have to shed, but it's cold in my house all the time because we have the air conditioning on, and air conditioning is right there. It comes out right above me. But if I turn it off, then the rest of the house upstairs is hot, and our bedrooms are hot, and they're at another level upstairs. So I just wear coats. I had 2 coats on earlier, but I put my famous cartoonist jacket on, you know, so I can look good for you guys. So I do have to shed some coats. Josh likes my hat. Thanks, Josh. Let's wait for the working man. Show your Star Wars figures. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I gotta do that. I have to. It requires me moving the camera around and pointing it different because behind me, you see, I have the paintings behind me because if I remove them, you'll see the water heater. It's not the visual behind me is not a nice backdrop. It just looks like a basement. It's the center of the room, so it's the water heater, the furnace, and the stairs. But if I move my table around, that's what I'm thinking about, is moving my table, because it's been in this position for the last 15 years or so when I moved there. But if I move it around, switch it this way, you'll see the backdrop of all my Star Wars characters. Or if I move it that way, you'll see all of my Migos, but you'll see the windows. The windows look like basement windows. So if I move it that way, you'll see I have Star Wars shelves. I have a rack of comics, and I have Batman posters and Spider-Man posters. So Maybe I'll turn it around that way. It might be kind of cool. And it won't be so tight behind me sitting. But I never thought of that when I set up my art studio, because I wasn't doing live streams, live shows, because I didn't have a camera. Like I said before, I just got the camera around Christmas time. And I just started maybe doing this stuff in January. I don't know when it was. But maybe I'll change things around a little bit. But then it requires me moving this table and the computers and the wires. That's probably why I don't do it. Because everything's settled. It's kind of like moving a piano. Once it's sitting there for years and it sounds great, don't disturb it. Just leave it. So that's kind of how this is. If I move everything, I'm afraid that I'm going to mess up my external hard drive and all this stuff. So I might just leave it. I don't know. I could always move the camera. I could pick the camera up and take it. And I might do that. Because I have this cool table I could put my figures on and face it down, and you'll see my hands opening. I'm going to do that. That's going to happen. I'm going to do that. I'm going to reveal my figures to you. See what you guys are saying. Talking about taking out my Star Wars figures with my girls. It was a special moment with them. Yeah. They knew the toys were special and took great care of them. Yeah, my kids did too. They really liked it. And they were interested in it. Once I opened them up, they had the elbows on the table looking at them. And I have them all in baggies like this. I have them in baggies, my vintage ones. And like in the baggies, I have like all of the group of guys, like Vader and the Stormtroopers are in one bag, and like Sand People and Jawas are in another one, and Luke, Obi-Wan, and R2 will be in one, Han Solo and Chewbacca, Boba Fett, stuff like that. So it's kind of fun. And yeah, I'm gonna do that. I don't want to spoil for you guys, but that's what you'll see in the future. I just found Darth Maul's lightsaber. I'm gonna put it in his hand. So this was like this is a Darth Maul figure that was in between movies or something, or this might be from Clone Wars. He might have came with the Obi-Wan, but see, he has a different outfit and he has metal legs. But I haven't seen all of Clone Wars. We've been watching Clone Wars. Last week we watched like 5 episodes, and I think we're almost done with season 2. We might be on like episode 20 or 21 or so. I think there's only like 1 or 2 left. But we were gonna do that yesterday, but I got real sleepy and tired. But hopefully, if I catch up with this, I got 3 pages a day quota, and I already did 2. So one more today won't be bad. And when it comes to about 8 o'clock at night, that's when I will be up for about 16, 18 hours. So usually about after 18 hours, I need to lay down. So I don't think I'll be watching Clone Wars today. But eventually I'll find out if this Darth Maul version of Darth Maul is from Clone Wars. So I have another one on my shelf real far away over there that has spider legs, like his legs are backwards like a goat. So I thought he was cool too. And he's not wearing a shirt. He has tattoos. So this guy has a shirt. So he's just angry. He wants to hit you with a stick. See what you guys are saying. Oh, the comments are getting away. I'm seeing what you guys are saying, but now they're scrolling past. But I got to move my figures because I'm knocking them over. I got all the figures lined up in front of me now. Let's see what you guys are saying. I'm wearing a sweater. D-Brad's wearing a sweater and shorts. My wife says, good look, but I think she's being sarcastic. Yeah, sweater and shorts is good. That's comfortable. You get a nice soft sweater. But I wear winter clothes all year until I go outside and it's real hot. And then I go outside to get the mail with my winter coat on. And then it's really hot outside. And I'll come back and I'll sweaty. And like, man, is it hot? But that's what I do. I went out this weekend. I was riding on the deck, which is really fun. And I wasn't wearing a jacket. And Caitlin Cody, our weather girl, said it was going to be nice out. And she was right. It was like in the 70s on Saturday. And it's hot today. It's like 87 or 90 degrees out today, which is cool. Let's see what Andrew Clark says. Hey, Andrew Clark. And Arnell's here, too. Oh, yeah, famous cartoonist. Andrew says, I want to get an original Rancor. My pride toy was 1977 Godzilla Toho with the rocket firing fist. Yeah, the Shogun Warrior Godzilla. I never had that, but I played with it. Like, I played with a lot of stuff from the 70s, but my friends, my cousins or neighbors, and those kids had them all. We would take our stuff and go outside and play on the front porch. So I remember that Godzilla because when we had him, we lost, the fist was gone. But he had that tongue that would come up, like the fiery tongue. That was cool. But I know I lost a few Jawas in my bushes because they would hide in the bushes and shoot the robots, but I lost them. And the Ewoks, we always lose guys in the bushes. Or probably the other kids took them, I don't know. But my cousin always had, my cousin Larry Jansen, look at my Facebook. He always had all the guys that I never had. Like, I remember Rom the Space Knight, he might have had that guy. I know he had Godzilla. He always had Archie Migos and like Kojak. He had all these weird guys. He always had stuff. Sweet. But I would play with my toys. I'd bring him to his house. He'd play with his toys, and then we'd have a great time. And I remember all the memories of playing with these toys that I didn't have. And I wonder, when I'm looking for mine, it's like, I can't find it. It's like, oh, I didn't have that guy. But yeah, that rocket firing Godzilla, the fist firing Godzilla is real expensive. If you could find him with the fist and complete, it'll run a few $100 to get that guy. But once you get him, it's worth it, you know, and you have it, and it's cool. But I don't have any Shogun Warriors. I remember my cousin had all those too. They had rockets on them and stuff. D-Brad, so you can stream with your phone, so you don't have to move your table. Oh, yeah. My devices are really weird. My phone doesn't work anymore. I can only text on it. Oh, I got to unplug it. I can only text on it. I can only text on it or get messages. But if I leave it plugged in too long, the power goes off and I got to get a hairdryer out and warm it up. It's so weird. And I think I just did that now. It's at full bars, but it's gonna probably die on me. I don't know what's up with my phone, but it doesn't work. And my iPad always tells me I don't have storage. So I have like 3 videos in my iPad that I got to get out. I just got to get it there. You know. Let's see what you guys are saying now. D-Brad says, oh yeah, figures. D-Brad says original Star Wars figures in my original case. Yeah, I have that too. Look it. I got it right here real close. Look what I have. Darth Vader. Maybe I could do this. Hey, famous cartoonist. Hey. I have my Star Wars case real close. But there's nothing in it. It's empty right now. There's nothing in it because all my figures were put away somewhere else. But I do have Darth Vader because I was trying to figure out a way how to put him on the wall. Because you see he has a handle in the back. But somehow when you put it on the wall, it doesn't stay. It slides off. It's at an angle. It's a weird angle. So I couldn't get him to stay on my wall. But I'm gonna hang him up one day. Oh, cousin Eddie's here. Hey, Eddie. Yeah, Eddie says, I remember when we were at the comic show when you bought Secret Wars Electro for $75. Yeah, I remember that. Well, what else you say? Then walked to the trash can and ripped them open the package and took the figure out. Yeah, and threw the package away. Yeah, I remember that too, man. I used to do that. I wanted the figure. I'd open them up and play with them. I bought all those Secret Wars guys. I bought the Electro and Iceman and Constrictor. They made a whole batch, like 4 figures that were only available in Europe. But I remember that, yeah. And I did the same thing with an R2-D2 with the pop-up lightsaber R2-D2, and I think it was $80, and I opened him up too in front of the guy. It's like $85, $120. I forget. And I always think, like, when you want that one action figure that you can't find, and that it's so rare, and you've been looking for it forever, and it costs a lot of money, and eventually when you buy it, you're going to be so happy that you never have to look for it again. So I did the same thing with Yak Face. It cost like $300. but I thought I want him. And now when I see him, he's like up almost $500, 460, 465, something like that. I got him for about 300 or 320, I think it was. But every time I saw Yak Face, he went up in price. First time I ever saw him was $85. I'm like, man, I need that. Then he was $120. Now he's $200 and $300. Like, man, I'm gonna buy it before he becomes $1,000. And there's a lot of repro bootleg guys. Repro. Now I wouldn't call them bootleg. They're making repros of the guys, but they're charging still to get a repro figure. It still costs like $50 or $80. So for a few dollars more, for another $200, you can just get the real one. But the repro guys are making really good work. I'm not against repro. I really like repro. As you can tell, this guy's all repro. And this guy's all repro, except for his head. He's got a real Mego head, but he's all repro. Reproduction. Sweet. Yeah, Eddie, he's one of my cousins who we played toys all the time. And D. Brad says, did you get confused with season 2 when dead characters showed up? Season 2 had some season 1 stories. There was one episode that confused us. That I forget what it was now. But that there was one episode in season 2 towards the end that it felt it was out of sequence. And there's season 2 is kind of cool because there's like 4 episodes in a row that are all one story. Then they throw through one-off ones and they're boom, 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 and then they have another storyline. And we saw one where, man, what was the last one we saw? I can't remember now. But they were cool. They're really good. And I want to get back into it. I love binge watching them. And Arnold says, don't lose the accessories. I know, man, that's the hardest thing. Losing accessories is awful. And then, but the cool thing about that is that all of those guys who make the repro parts, they make all the little guns. All these little guns and stuff. But so far, all of my guys come with the original weapons. Except for, like, the new guys that I got. All the new Star Wars guys come with guns that are unique to them. But when I was a kid, I memorized all their guns. So I could tell, oh, that's a Stormtrooper gun. Oh, that gun goes with Bosk. And that's a Weequay stick. But now when I look at the figures' weapons, I don't know who they go to. So I try to keep them with them. But like this guy, he came with this rifle. But it looks weird on him. It's just big. Well, maybe, I don't know if his arms swivel. But I don't think, oh, they do. So he could carry it in a swivel kind of thing. I don't know. But figures, Star Wars toys. I just want them to make good Star Wars, man. Because there's rumors that there's a Hayden Christensen Darth Vader show in development. I'm not sure if that's true or just internet teasing me. Hopefully that'll work. D. Brad says, I forgot about the Shogun Warriors. Yeah, they were cool, man. Shogun Warriors are really good. They were cool. They're called I think originally they were called Mazen Kaiser. And but they're cool. And my cousin had those. And we'd play with them with Migos because they're real big. They'd fight the giants. It was fun. And Rom and the Micronauts. And yeah, I played with the Micronauts. I had some of the Micronauts. And I remember getting the Micronauts before I got Star Wars because there were no Star Wars figures yet. Micronauts actually came out a year before or something. But I had a Croyer and Space Glider, and that was like my Han Solo and my Darth Vader. It was cool. D. Brad says, prior to Star Wars toys, did you play with Planet of the Apes? Yes, I did. Adventure People, too. Yeah. I still have my Adventure People. I have some of the Adventure People. I didn't have a big collection of Adventure People. I had more of the guys and the smaller, like the boats and stuff, but I didn't have many cars and stuff like that. But I played with those, and I had friends who had those. Those were cool, man. And if you look at the Star Wars prototypes, they would repaint Adventure People to look like Han Solo, Luke Skywalker and stuff. Because their hands were a certain way. One hand was straight, and one hand was like holding a gun, like you could put something in their hand or something. Not a gun. They didn't even have guns. There were no bad guys. They were just people. They were on adventures. And they had workers. They had construction workers and cowboys. And race car drivers and ambulance guys. It was really cool. That was a good series of figures, and they were fun to play with. And they had horses and animals, and you could put them in cars and stuff. That was fun, man. I don't have a lot of those, but I played with Mego Planet of the Apes. But I only had Urko, and we had I had a broken Cornelius, but I never fixed him. But I know I had Urko, and my cousins had Zaius and all those guys. Swig, which were really cool. Said everyone. Mark's. Oh, we got a lot of guys here. Arnell, D. Brad, and Mark Spencer Reynolds is here. Says everyone I talked to has never heard of the Shogun Warriors. I love those. Oh, Shogun Warriors are cool. They were real big. They were like probably about 18 inches tall, maybe 20 inches. They were taller than the 12-inch G.I. Joes. They were real big. Because I think those came out when that might have been before Star Wars. So I always based my toy collecting and playing. I remember Star Wars because after Star Wars hit and we got those figures, I didn't want any other toys. But before Star Wars, there was, of course, Megos, Adventure People, Micronauts, and Shogun Warriors were before that. But Shogun Warriors are really fun because, but they lasted when we had Star Wars. We still played with them. They fought each other, so those were like Darth Vader's bad guys. They'd show up, and he had robots to fight Luke Skywalker. But we would play with another thing we had was Battlestar Galactica ships, where the guys were real tiny. They fit in the ships. That's where the one where the missile choked a kid and he died, and they had to recall the toys or something. But we played with those, and those were really awesome. But I don't know if I have those anymore. I don't know what happened to them. But I had the Cylon Raider. It was like a pancake. That was cool. And I had some Colonial Vipers. I think I might have broke them. I don't even remember. We probably threw them or something. But that's when we play with your toys. That's probably why you don't have toys, because they're all broken. You play with them and you beat them up. Let's see what you guys are saying now. Mark Spencer Reynolds said you borrowed your brother's entire Micronauts comic book set, and I'm scanning them. Oh, cool, man. Yeah, they're cool. The Micronauts comics were cool. I would read Micronauts comics and ROM comics, but not in order. I would just get them random. I didn't realize that comics came out every month until the Micronauts met the X-Men. Then I was able to read that miniseries, and that's one of my favorites because the X-Men shrunk and they were in the Micronaut universe and stuff. It was pretty cool. Wayne says, math was going to be part of this. I don't know. I might have scammed. I think I glazed. I don't know if I had the math question. I don't know what it was. But I'm okay. My brain doesn't hurt yet. D. Brad says, Clone Wars. Yeah, man. Oh, let's see. Oh, you have all the Micronauts comics on PDF. Yeah, they're cool, man. I like them. And said, D. Brad said, I have lost so many guns from my original Star Wars figures. Yeah, I lost some, and then I got more back. And if I see them at a convention, I'll buy some guns now and then. And people, there's ways to tell a real one from a repro or something, because you could do the scratch test, like does it feel a certain way, or I think you could put them in a bowl, whatever floats or sinks. I don't know what the opposite. I don't know what happens though. And Mark says those Micronaut action figures with the magnetic arms, legs, and head, they were the coolest ever. Super durable. Yeah, those were the aliens, right? Yeah, I remember those. Those were cool. I know I had Time Traveler. I had like 3 or 4 guys who were all the same, but they had different color bodies, like a yellow guy, a blue guy, a red guy. Those guys all broke. Their limbs would break off, and I'd lose their little hands and stuff. That was before Star Wars, so I was about 7. Woo, getting dry. Because I saw Star Wars when I was 8 years old. I remember that. I was just telling my kids this story. Where if you look for vintage Star Wars displays in stores, they had a whole wall. A whole giant wall. Sometimes the whole aisle at Toys R Us was Star Wars, the whole island all the way filled up to the ceiling. It was awesome. But now when I go to Target, there's like 2 pegs, and it's all Rey. Or it's Rey, and they have that. The girl from Rogue One is still on the shelves at Target. I don't even know her name. Her dad built the Death Star. That's that girl. She's still in there, and they should have just made her. I don't know. They should have made. I don't know. I don't know. The figures though, they're still in the store and nobody wants them. But I go to look for Star Wars toys in the stores with my kids, and I said, you know how we go to the store and there's two peg hooks of toys, and I could even tell. I just look on the side and I could tell if I need it. And they're like, yeah. And I saw them, well, here's what it looked like when I was a kid. I brought it up on the internet photo. And they're like, whoa, is that real? I'm like, yes, that's real. Because I remember going to get our first Star Wars toys because there was no Star Wars toys when we were kids. And it actually made the news. I remember the news being on. It says, the stores are getting Star Wars toys tomorrow at 3 o'clock, whatever it was. And I remember being the little kid, and you got to wait till Dad gets paid on Friday. But I remember a store called National. Then they turned into A&P, and then they turned into something else. But Nationals had Star Wars toys, and when we went, they had the whole end cap filled with them. There was hundreds of them, maybe 1,000 toys. They're all on peg hooks, and they had the original 12 characters. And I remember my mom saying, pick one. We have to go. I'm like, pick one. How do you pick one? There's a whole wall of figures in front of you. So I picked Vader. Of course, I took Vader. My brother took Luke Skywalker. So we had those two. And then we had to wait a week. And every week we'd go back and get one more. And that was how it was. And so eventually Vader's guys, when I played Darth Vader, he had the Micronauts were his guys, his stormtroopers. And a Croyer was his main, they'd do that. And then the Adventure people hung out with Luke. And that was it until we kept getting more and more stuff. And the first vehicle we got was a land speeder, and that was cool. And then we just keep getting more guys every week. We slowly build our Star Wars universe. And now I got all kinds of stuff. And my kids even say, you're so lucky when you go toy shopping, you can buy whatever you want now. I'm like, well, yeah, because now I'm a man and I have my own money. I could do it now. If it costs $3, I'll buy it. If it costs $100, I'll think about it. So it's kind of fun. Swig for the working man. Let's see what you guys are saying. That's right, they were magnetic, yes. The only Battlestar Galactica figure I have left is Daggett. Oh, from D. Brad. Yeah, I never had the figures. I have them now because I recently bought them. I got Adama and Starbuck. I have them there on my shelf too. I got that pink guy with the dress, and I have a Cylon. I think I have 2 Cylons. One's all beat up, and then I bought a new one because he had shiny armor and he had his gun. The other guy I had didn't have his gun and he was beat up, but I still had him. He might have been glued together too, because he couldn't move. I think they have a swivel waist, but he was, or maybe they don't move at all. The legs don't move. I can see them. I should reveal them too. But I didn't have those. I didn't have those as a kid, so they don't have that nostalgic feeling for me. But I love old action figures, and I love those reaction toys because they fit with the Star Wars figures. Like I have the set of Stranger Things, and I have the set of Hellboy and Pulp Fiction guys, and Breaking Bad guys. I like all that stuff. Oh yeah, Jen Erso. It's like I'm a little behind on this chat. Andrew Clark said Jen Erso. Yeah, he's the guy who made the Death Star. Or Jen Erso's the girl, right? Yeah. It was a good movie, but I forget their names. I don't know their names. And I like the 2 guys with the guy with the crossbow and the guy, or he had the gun and the guy with the staff, the blind guy. But I forget their names. But I like those characters. And Eddie says, remember the Dark Star figures, Dark Lord and the Saucer Ship, because Star Wars couldn't get them out of the Christmas. Yeah, I remember Dark Star. And I remember those were the guys that were real tall, right? They had that the 12-inch dark. It was like a Dark Knight, Dark Star, and they had like all the other toy companies made space toys because Star Wars didn't have toys for Christmas. I had some of those, yeah, and I had some Mego style aliens that look like Star Wars guys. They made a Sand People guy and a Chewbacca guy. Like their heads look like them, but their bodies just look weird. I don't know what happened to them. I think I just played with them. They got beat up, and then real Star Wars came out, and I ignored them. I might have some of them in my parts box because I have an old box with all my old toys from when I'm a kid. So we'll see. Maybe. I don't know. See. What else are you guys saying? Deep Red said, I live in Hamilton, Ontario when Star Wars came out, and I collected the cards. And then when the toys came out, every payday, I got a figure. Yeah, after that, I would get one Star Wars figure in my stocking for Christmas. Still to this day. Yeah, that's how it is for me too. I bought this Christmas. I bought a bunch of figures, and I gave them to my wife. Told me give these to me for Christmas. You don't have to buy me anything. She was real happy. Well, that's how I got these guys. These red guys and stuff. These were my Christmas gift. I got a lot of guys. All the guys from the new movie. But yeah, man, I would get figures every payday. Dad get paid, and Mom stayed home with us. My mom worked as a waitress at night, so she was whoever got paid. But I think Dad's check bought the Star Wars figures, and Mom's check bought our food. So, but we had to do what we had to do, you know. And Wayne says the Clone Wars is really good stories for kids and adults. Yeah, the stories in Clone Wars get extreme at times. Like they kill guys. Like I just saw they killed a Greedo guy. Oh, that's the one I saw where I'm starting to catch a pattern though. Every time they go to a planet that has a queen or a senator or something and they get betrayed, it's always the one they're working with. So I saw when the Greedo girl tried to poison the Uncle Greedo. She tried to poison him. And he died. He died on the show. He dropped dead. And I'm like, wow, this is for kids. And then the Mandalorian one, they went to the Mandalore planet, and her right-hand man tried to kill her too. So those are good stories, though. I wanna watch them now. Instead of working, I wanna go watch them. Just wait for the working man. Yeah, those are good story, man. They're intense. They're good Star Wars. It's a good Star Wars show. I never realized how good Clone Wars was. I never watched it before. And I never caught it because it was on random times on Cartoon Network. Then when it was on Netflix, they made season 6 for Netflix. And I never watched it there either until now. I've heard so much about season 7 of Clone Wars, so I heard it was really good. So I started watching, and I'm really happy because it's the final season, and that's what I like, that it ended. So that's why I'm watching it, because I know it's going to end, which I like things when they finish and they don't leave you hanging. So it should be cool. And Eddie, my cousin Eddie, says one was silver with a green head, but similar to C-3PO. Oh, that's right. He had a green head, and they were like 12-inch figures. And they had a weird R2-D2 guy, and he had little arms or something. I forgot what they were called. Like C-3PO was called something like Z something, or Z-10-4 or something like that. I remember those guys. And a few years ago, that the Knight of Darkness, I think his name was, the bad guy. They made him for Amigo Meet exclusive, so I never got him though. But it was an 8-inch version of that guy that they converted the 12-inch one to Amigo size, which looked really cool. So I wonder how difficult it is to find those guys now, like in collectability wise. It might be fun to look for them. That might be the next thing. I'm gonna go look for those guys. But I remember having. I didn't have them, but I remember playing with them. Somebody had them. Like my cousins and my friends in the neighborhood, we all played together. We didn't give each other our toys, but we brought them to each other's houses, and I just remember those. Remember those guys. Now the kids call them play dates, but we would just leave. I wouldn't really tell my mom I'm going. I said I'm going out, and she'd go okay, and I just go. You walk 3 blocks to your buddy's house, and you have your toys in your backpack or whatever it is. I didn't even have a backpack. I had a gym bag. I remember I had a gym bag, yeah. Or a duffel bag from Kit Day Camp. Yeah. Swig for the working man. Let's see. Not familiar with Dark Star figures. I will have to check them out. I think it's it might be Dark Star. I know that the Knight of Darkness was the bad guy. Yeah, they're cool. They're old. They're old. They're from like 1976, 75, 76, 77. It was before the Star Wars figure. Yeah, it had to be 77. But they were made really quickly before Christmas. The commentary about the war in Clone Wars is amazing. Oh, I gotta watch them. I wonder if the commentary's on Disney Plus. I gotta see. Mark Spencer's saying, I'm just watching Clone Wars. I'm on season 1, episode 4. Yeah, it's cool, man. Like, I really enjoyed the first season. The first season's really, really episode by episode. The last three episodes of season 1, they continue and they go into season 2. So you're gonna really like it. If you really like season 1, you're gonna love season 2. And people told me before I started watching it that season 1 was not good. But I really liked it, and now I'm stuck. But I started watching Clone Wars with the boys upstairs. I watched season 1 by myself on my screen here with the headphones. And then I tried out an episode. I started season 2, on the big TV. And then the boys joined me, and now I got to watch it with them every week. So I'm falling behind. I don't watch it when I work anymore because the boys want to watch with me, which is fine. I'm bringing in Star Wars fans, and it's doing its job. D. Brad says, kids in the 70s had way more freedom. Yeah, we weren't aware of all the dangers yet. But that's when kids started disappearing too, I guess. But now, the kids in the 70s are now adults. So we know what's going on. And there's a lot of stuff that I wouldn't tell my parents till later, especially when I'm an adult. And I know I told my mom and dad a few stories as I'm an adult, what happened to me when I'm 10, 11, 12, 13, maybe 16, in the neighborhood or just weird people. And my mom told me if I knew that was going on, I wouldn't have let you out of the house. Like, yeah, I know. I mean, there was a lot of danger. There was weird guys. There was guns. There was drugs. There was everything that you don't want to happen to your kids. We experienced that stuff when we were kids. It's so weird. And getting chased by police, a lot of stuff. Drugs, weird guys who want to kidnap you. There's a lot of weird stuff. Living in a city. I grew up in South Side Chicago, so there was a lot of stuff. But you don't think of it. You don't think of it then. You think about now. It's like, wow, I think that one guy wanted to kidnap us, Or you think, wow, that guy wanted to do this, or that gang wanted to kill us, stuff like that. But you don't think about it now. You just run away and go home, and then the sun comes up, and the next day it's a restart. So you go back outside. But if any of that stuff happened now, I'd be terrified to go walk down that street again, So it's different. I don't know. I just got social commentary there. Sorry. I was getting a little personal. But I know my mom told me that if she knew any of that stuff, she wouldn't have never let me out of the house. Sweet. Let's see. Oh, Wayne says, what I meant was the commentary about the issues of war in general is great. Oh, yes, the commentary within the show. Yeah. And it's so weird to listen to it because it's older and now put it in context with today and as an adult in the world. And it is a lot of commentary. And it's so good. The Clone Wars is such an intelligent show, which it's intended for children, but I don't think it's for children. It's for Star Wars fans. And it reminds me a lot about Rogue One, the movie. If you go to see Rogue One, if it's your first Star Wars movie, you may be confused. And if you watch them in order, the way they came out, and you go to see Rogue One after Force Awakens, you're also going to be confused. Because when I took my family, I really enjoyed the movie, but they were really confused, and they were asking me, is that Rey? Is that, what is this? What's going on? And they didn't understand why Leia was in it again, why she was young, and they were confused. Why was Darth Vader in it? You know, so if you watch them, I guess if you watch them in order, chronological timelines, kind of, it makes sense. But if Rogue One is your first Star Wars experience, you might get confused. And same with Clone Wars a little bit. If you watch it, I guess, from the beginning, keep going. But before you watch Clone Wars, you definitely have to watch the prequels. You have to know who the characters are. So it's kind of a hard sell for a casual Star Wars guy or your first Star Wars viewing. You know, but if you're already a Star Wars fan and you watch those, man, it's tremendous. It's beautiful. It'll change your life and not only change your life, but it will add to your backstory. It's good stuff. Swig. Coffee's very lukewarm now, folks. Let's see. Oh, D-Brad just looked up those toys, and I think they're called Star Teams. Yeah, that might be it. Star Teams. But I know the guy is called the Knight of Darkness. I know that's how I find him. The Knight of Darkness. Andrew Clark says maybe it was the A-Team in that slow-moving van. Oh, it might have been. You never know, man. Could have been all kinds of people. Yeah, Wayne says that Clone Wars is more of an adult show. It is. The action is cool for kids and lightsaber fights, and when they fight the giant spiders and stuff. Oh, that's the one I just saw. Where the giant spiders were trying to kill. It was a giant robot spider, and then they had little baby spiders come out of it. That's the one I just saw. That was good, man. This is just a good show. I want to watch it now. Let's wait for the work, man. Oh, yeah, man. But you guys are awesome. I've been talking for about an hour, or over an hour. 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 22 seconds. I probably should get back to my deadline, to my quota. I have one more page, and it's the Joker and Bruce Wayne are on there. I have one more page. I'm going to color them up and submit them by this afternoon. And get my page quota out of date. Today I inked 2 pages. Got them ready for coloring. I did a summary of a book, and I drew a cover. And now I got one more page. So that's all the stuff I did today. So hopefully, if I keep doing this same schedule until June 18th, I'll be done with a lot of things. That's what I'm going to try to do. So the plan for today is to finish this last page and finish inking this last page, and then color 3 pages, and then hopefully, if I could get them colored pretty quickly, I could ink some more pages and get ahead of tomorrow. And hopefully I could finish way before the 18th. Hopefully I can finish on the 15th. That would be good. Every page I get closer, it's one less page the next day. But I want to thank everybody for joining me today. I'm glad you gave me all the good compliments. We went down memory lane with toys. And I want to do a toy stream. I'm going to show you. I got to maybe Friday. Maybe Friday's a good day, right? I'll treat you guys with Friday. And oh, Garrett had, yeah, man, you got to do it. He missed us. He had a Zoom meeting, but that's okay. And I'm going to get back to my work. I got a Joker making balloon animals is what I'm going to ink. Digital inks. And I got a few commissions I just acquired in the last few days. Some sketch covers and a painting. So maybe this Saturday I'll do another, I'll finish that Wolverine painting, and I have a Wonder Woman I have to start. So that'll be pretty cool. Maybe this weekend we'll see that, depending on how this week goes. But you guys are awesome, and I'll see you next time. In the meantime, be nice to each other. No fighting, no crying. Wake up and do something that makes you happy. Swing for the working man. I'll see you guys next time. Okay, bye-bye.